Yo, what's up, guys? This is an initial impressions video on the new character Knuckles. He barely dropped like 5 days ago, I want to say. I barely have like 3 hours with them too, but so far this character seems very, very, very good. He has a solid dash dance, can also do things similarly like Marth, like Roy, like Meta Knight, or they'll run up and down tilt. Granted, his doesn't have insane reach, but it can still sort of function similarly to those approach options. If you want to just run in and check whether they'll like dash into you or something like that. He also has very obscure options too. He can do stuff with side B, which kind of functions similarly to Rob's. If you don't know how that works, that's completely fine. Yeah, so he can cancel into aerials pretty quickly, and he can use it sort of like a mind game. A lot of Robs will do this thing where they'll start side being repeatedly over your head, back and forth, air dashing essentially if you play air dashers. He can do weird cross up stuff, which crossing up in this game is very good because you limit people from being able to shield grab you, and often characters in this game, their aerials, their back aerials specifically, bears won't come out insanely fast. Typically, there's a handful of characters that will have pretty fast aerials at a shield. They'll cover either both ways. A Nair will cover both ways, or the back air will cover right behind them, like Pikachu's. His is insanely fast, but typically crossing up is very good, and this button does that job just fine. It puts Knuckles a little bit too far away from people if you like that, if it hits. So I don't think people should be crossing up with that button nearly as much as something like up air. Let me put them at 0. So for example, at 0%, see, that sends a little too far out. But if you're to up throw, now you might be thinking, if you're familiar with PM, P plus, melee mechanics, there's this thing called crouch canceling. Doing side B into up air doesn't beat crouch cancel, actually loses to crouch cancel. But because of his sliding animation, the momentum essentially from his side B will more often than not put you in a safe position to either retreat away from the opponent, simply roll out of the way, spot dodge. There's a bunch of things you can do. At earlier percents, it'll put them in that weird sliding animation, right? So if you were to nair, you won't get anything that's real, unless they do like Neanderthal DI and they like somehow, I don't know why they would get into you, but more often than not, you're not gonna get something off of it. At higher percents though, it will start to knock people down. It will start to knock people down. You see that little animation? You'll be putting that and you can start tech chasing people. And Knuckles is so fast that he can cover every tech on reaction. I don't know if he can cover Mewtwo's, Link's, or Falco's tech chases on reaction 100%. But we're gonna have to see. Regardless, it's still really strong. Yeah, so this character doesn't have to play that very risky, you know how I'm going with this very risky kind of ish, not really consistent style of play. You don't have to go for it. That choice is entirely up to you. This character allows that sort of creativity, but if you don't want to, you can just resort to the dash dance heavy, bait heavy, non-committal playstyle. And his punish game, it's very simplistic. It's more so revolved around his up throw and down throw. Alongside his up throw and his down throw, that's when you start incorporating regrabs, tech chasing, doing like an up air string or a late nair. For example, for the late nair, the up air strings, you'll be able to notice it, but the thing I'm talking about for the late nair, I just added this in, by the way. This is really, really, really good. I like that they did this. The thing about late nair, yeah, there's going to be certain TIs and percentages and weight classes where you can do something like that. You can regrab there, you can down tilt, start doing like a back air, forward air. There's a lot you can do. You can do late nair again, like rising late nair into an aerial. And then this is when you start incorporating DI mix-ups. I'm not gonna go into that, but that's also a possibility. Yeah, so down throw is more so used at later percents, something like past 65, 75, something like that. It varies on the weight classes. But at the edge of the stages, I would always 100%, down throw by the ledge. If they DI out, you should be able to forward air. I don't know how true that was, but if he was to jump, he would have gotten hit by the forward air, just that hitbox that sends outwards. And if he didn't jump right there, he got hit by that meteor. He died. He actually died. And if he DI'd in, you could just forward air, places them right in front of Knuckles. Right in front of Knuckles. There you go. So if you can train yourself to look for these DIs, there's probably other conversions that you can do, but why I recommend going for specifically forward air instead of like a turnaround back air, or like trying to react and do a forward tilt on DI in or something like that. You're just making things more complicated than it should. Just forward air. And the reason I say forward air, your brain, your hands, you don't have to think about doing all these extra motions. It's easier to react to. Just makes it easier, more simplistic at the end of the day. If you want to go for more complex things, go ahead. I wholeheartedly approve of that shit. I like that sick ass shit. Do that shit. That shit's sick. But if you want simplicity, just forward air. This is going to be more so a simplicity approach towards the character so far. So yeah, he has pretty good extensions with his up B. If you know how they work, you can do things like up air, up B, and then upper again. I messed it up right there, but just know, there you go. That stuff is real. You can do that in a real match, and I think it's better than Sonic's, specifically only because it's one hit. You can't. Sonic's has 2 hits. You can SDI the first hit, potentially avoid the second hit, which kills. Knuckles has that just one initial hit, so it makes it more consistent. Okay, so you can finish combos with forward air just to send people off stage, even like that off the top. You can do like a late nair into forward air, late hitbox, and that late hitbox will combo into like kill moves. They'll set up for like pretty good edge guard situations, like so. That's not an edge guard situation, but you can use that similarly off stage to hit someone, and then forward air, you can nair and then retreat back. There'll be certain times where you can do something like that, and I'll reach. There you go. I got the 1 to 2 frame window. So yeah, so they're in the startup, not even the startup, it's like a very specific window from Knuckles' and Sonic's down B. I don't know if Sonic's was taken out, but during the startup area of Knuckles' down B, if you jump cancel within like the 1 or 2 frames of that window, he'll launch really far and there'll be extensions that you can't get normally. And this move is really good for recovering and edge guarding too. On that note, from recovering and edge guarding, yeah, so for edge guarding with this character, you can go not pretty far out, but like you can stall out and force people to do things. You can do something like this, and then stall out, force them to do something, get them scared of you canceling your side B immediately into something, right? And then go a little further out, I don't know, something like that. There's so much room for creativity, and he just has so many options off stage that there's just a bunch of just different ways you can edge guard people and force people into not even situations where you hit them, but just situations where they have to move out of the way and then you can hit them afterwards. So this character excels at doing that, at least from what I can tell so far. Yeah, because he can do all this stalling and whatnot off stage, that makes it also really good for recovering. I don't know if I touched it so far, but this is why I don't recommend the side B approach in neutral so much. If you were to get stuffed out of your side B, right, and you don't touch the floor, this is more so risky towards later percents, obviously, because you know you're gonna take that extra knockback and stuff, and you're more than likely not gonna touch the floor afterwards, unless you burn your jump or something. You're burning another resource on top of that. See, you see where I'm going? It's pretty risky. I'm still gonna do it because I'm stupid. Don't be me. Do not be me. I'm still gonna do it because I'm stupid and I want to incorporate it into my play, but I would highly not recommend it. You're gonna be burning this resource that allows you to cling onto walls, that allows you to immediately cancel. It helps you mix up so many timings. It helps you stall off stage, and then even after that, again, even after doing that stall, if you do that proper knuckles, I wouldn't even know what to call it, that jump cancel off of his down B, you get insane momentum, grab ledge. You can wall jump on stages. You can wall jump on stages with walls like this. Even something like PS2 Smashville, you'd be able to still like wall jump off the little edge, air dodge on stage. There's a lot of room for creativity with this character off stage, which is what I look for in a character typically. I like being able to express myself off stage more than anything, instead of combo routes and stuff like that. So me personally, I'm going to be playing this character quite a bit, just specifically because of that aspect, because I can express myself with just the concept of edge guarding people off stage. I think the character is really well rounded. He plays the dash dance game really well, which is good. That is really good, especially for especially for this game. You can mix things in with side B, keep people on their toes, throw off timing, stuff like that. Like there's that room for that little complexity, that interesting style that you can play. He has a very good punish game, very easy punish game, which is good. He has a very good recovery, and he has a decently pretty good time edge guarding people. The only times I would see him having difficulties edge guarding people is when people recover insanely high, like Squirtle withdrawing from really high up, something like that. There is some moves that are a little questionable, right? Like this, the rats. Yeah, this move sucks. This move fucking sucks. It's strong as shit, but that move fucking sucks. That's the thing though. I don't know if I said I don't know why, but that's the thing. This character might have moves that are pretty bad, right? A neutral B, his smash attacks are insanely great. Outside of down smash, he can do at this ledge for edge guarding. It goes below sweet spot. It can hit people trying to grab sweet spot ledge. But like there's like some moves, they're just kind of not exactly the greatest, and that's okay. You don't need to have 100% of your toolkit be godlike. Not every move has to be insanely good. That's completely fine. This character is hella good without having all these other moves be on crack. He doesn't need it. No character needs that. If your character has 100% every single move godlike, your character's probably broke. And even then, it doesn't apply on every case, but yeah, like there's some characters that'll have like 3 moves that are insanely godlike, but still, you don't have to have every move be really good. This character is solid. This character is really solid. So yeah, this has been my initial thoughts on the character, my breakdown. I've had 3 hours or so into the character. He barely dropped like 5 days ago from now, I want to say, at the time I'm recording this. But and play P+. This game's sick. This game's hella sick. Everyone's super homies. You're gonna have a great time going to locals. Like this game's real. This game's sick. You guys need to be playing this shit, man. This game's hella sick. But yeah, anyways, that's been it. That's it. I'll probably do some more of these in the future. I need to release a Pikachu one for sure. Maybe a Mewtwo one. And then if people want me to do like weird stuff like break down mechanics of the game, because I don't think there's really a whole ton of that out. And some people are gonna want to transition from old, not even transition, just like touch the game from old to P plus, or from melee to P plus, even 64 to P plus. The two people that play Brawl 2P plus. That one poor guy that's playing Smash 4 still 2P plus. He might touch it. He finally probably got internet. That poor little 14-year-old kid. He's like, what is this game? This game's sick. I'll probably do a mechanics video just for that one little 14-year-old kid. But yeah, this has been my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. Like, whatever, all that jazz. If you don't, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. But yeah, that's been it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.